Diahann Carroll, pioneering actress, dies aged 84. Pictured with her Dynasty co-star Linda Evans in 1984. She was engaged to British broadcaster David Frost in the early 1970s. Diahann Carroll starred in the U.S. sitcom Julia between 1968 to 1971. U.S. actress Diahann Carroll, who won Golden Globe and Tony Awards and was nominated for an Oscar, has died. News from BBC: all photos may not represent the story. Watch to learn English the way you've learnt your mother tongue, as this video is especially made. Carroll, who was 84, starred in 1960s TV show Julia, the first U.S. sitcom to center on a black woman. She was also the first black woman to win the Tony for Best Actress in 1962, for Broadway musical No Strings. She went on to be nominated for an Oscar for Best Actress in 1975 for Claudine. In the 1980s, she played the scheming Dominique Deveraux in TV hit Dynasty. She had been suffering from cancer and died at home in Los Angeles on Friday, her publicist said. Born Carol Diane Johnson in Harlem, New York, in 1935, she was modeling by the age of 15 and was reportedly the model for one of the first black Barbie dolls. At the age of 19, she won her first Hollywood role, appearing opposite Dorothy Dandridge in Carmen Jones. She suffered racism both in Hollywood and on stage as a singer. In her autobiography, she detailed a concert when the orchestra conductor told her the audience didn't want to hear a black person sing. She confronted him, called the police, and eventually had the man removed from the show, she wrote. Returning to the big screen, she starred in Porgy and Bess alongside Sidney Poitier, Sammy Davis Jr. and Dandridge. Other film credits included 1961's Paris Blues with Paul Newman, and Hurry Sundown in 1967 with Michael Caine and Jane Fonda. In the late 60s, Carroll played the title role in Julia, a nurse who was a Vietnam widow and single mother, and the role earned her a Golden Globe for Best Female TV Star in 1969. She said she saw the show as a chance to say something else about the black community, adding, "I was amazed at the number of people who had no idea there was a black middle class." Halle Berry and Angela Bassett are among the stars who have cited her as an inspiration for their careers. Carroll was married 4 times, had a tempestuous affair with Sidney Poitier for 9 years, and was engaged to the British broadcaster David Frost, which she described as one of the best things that ever happened to me. The following biography from Wikipedia: Diahann Carroll Johnson was born on the 17th of July 1935. She was an American actress, singer and model. She rose to stardom in performances in some of the earliest major studio films to feature black casts, including Carmen Jones in 1954 and Porgy and Bess in 1959. In 1962, Carroll won a Tony Award for Best Actress, a first for a black woman, for her role in the Broadway musical No Strings. Her 1968 debut in Julia, the first series on American television to star a black woman in a non-stereotypical role, was a milestone both in her career and the medium. In the 1980s, she played the role of a mixed-race diva in the primetime soap opera Dynasty. Carroll was the recipient of numerous stage and screen nominations and awards, including the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Television Series in 1968. She received an Academy Award for Best Actress nomination for the 1974 film Claudine. She was also a breast cancer survivor and activist. Carroll was born in the Bronx, New York, to John Johnson, of Aiken, South Carolina, and Mabel Falk, of Bladenboro, North Carolina. When Carroll was an infant, the family moved to Harlem, where she grew up. She attended music and art high school, and was a classmate of Billy D. Williams. In many interviews about her childhood, Diahann Carroll recalls her parents' support, enrolling her in dance, singing, and modeling classes. By the time Carroll was 15, she was modeling for Ebony. After graduating from high school, she attended New York University, majoring in sociology. Carroll was married 4 times, first to record producer Monty Kaye in 1956. Her father boycotted the wedding ceremony, which was presided over by Adam Clayton Powell Jr. at the Abyssinian Baptist Church in Harlem. The marriage ended in 1962. The union produced a daughter, Suzanne K. Bamford, born September 9, 1960, who became a freelance media journalist. In 1959, Carroll began a 9-year affair with married actor Sidney Poitier. She claimed that Poitier persuaded her to divorce her husband and he would leave his wife to be with her. When Carroll got her divorce, Poitier didn't keep up his end of the bargain, yet the relationship continued until 1968. Carroll dated and was engaged to British television host and producer David Frost from 1970 until 1973. In 1973, Carroll surprised the press by marrying Las Vegas boutique owner Fred Glusman. Several weeks later, she filed for divorce, charging Glusman with physical abuse. In 1975, Carroll married Robert Delian, a managing editor of Jet. She was widowed 2 years later when Delian was killed in a car crash. Carroll's fourth marriage was to singer Vic Damone in 1987. The union, which Carroll admitted was turbulent, had a legal separation in 1991, reconciliation, and divorce in 1996. Carroll was diagnosed with breast cancer in 1997. She said the diagnosis stunned her because there was no family history of breast cancer and she had always had a healthy lifestyle. She underwent 9 weeks of radiation therapy, and was clear since. She frequently spoke on the need for early detection and prevention of the disease. Carroll died of cancer on 4 October 2019 in Los Angeles. Carroll was a founding member of the Celebrity Action Council, a volunteer group of celebrity women who served the women's outreach of the Los Angeles Mission, working with women in rehabilitation from problems with drugs, alcohol or prostitution. She helped to form the group along with other female television personalities including Mary Fran, Donna Mills, Linda Gray and Joan Van Ark. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.